Alibaba. What's going on with this name? On Friday, it was down 3.8%, 3.6% to be exact. Closed at 158, 70-ish levels. So what did you guys do? Did you guys break the stock at this point? Because overall market was making new highs while Alibaba was down that day on Friday. Every index was hitting all-time highs. Tech names were doing very well while Alibaba closed like that. So I understand the frustration, especially for people who have been watching it closely, especially day to day. I think it's very exhausting to see stock go up, next day it's down, goes up, next day it's down, goes up, next day it's down, and then down again. That's very, very difficult to see it closely, to watch it closely, unless you're a day trader. So support right here was 162. That's what I was watching to the downside, hoping that it would bounce from here to test the bigger trend line that we are watching from here. So let me switch to a weekly chart. On a weekly chart, you will see this purple line on my screen. That's the downtrend, yearly downtrend. So for this stock to change the course, I think it needs to get above that level for this name to get going and turn the corners, basically. All right. So this is a weekly chart. On a weekly chart, you can see we don't have much of a support all the way till 150 if we don't bounce right back up to these levels. Also, these levels, if I bring up the moving averages, it was 50-day simple moving average, which was holding, and it slipped below on Friday. So this yellow line on my screen, it was 50-day SMA. A lot of fund managers use it. A lot of people use it. That's why I have 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day. So we are below it. And also another news is that looks like, according to Thinkorswim, all right, so they extended it once and they now extended it again. Earnings, all right, so earnings is not 11/11 as we expected. 11/11 looks like we're gonna have singles days. Maybe next day we're gonna get the numbers, but earnings, they're gonna report it 18th of November. So check your sources if you disagree, if you think that Thinkorswim is wrong. But according to TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, it's 18th of November now. So also, I want to switch and take a look at the MACD. So on a MACD, I mentioned this one back here, that we are getting a bearish signal on a MACD, bearish crossover, signal line, MACD line crossing downwards, and from here we might see a little bit of a sell-in. And on a daily, well, below 150, it looks like we have this 52-week lows over 138, so that would be the level. But 150, I do hope that some buyers will show up if they're not too exhausted and if they're not too unhappy about this price action, because goes up, rolls over, goes up, rolls over, and from the bottom of its this 138, when it moved to 180 right here, that was a $43 move to the upside. And now this pullback right here is a 24 points move down. If you see it come back down to these 150, that's not looking good. Especially, let's take a look at the monthly chart from here. So on a monthly chart, you can see, well, we might stay in this range for quite some time, right? It's in this range, 150, 175, 180. So that could be the choppy move until maybe the end of the year, or maybe their earnings can shift it in December. We might see this downtrend taken out, but until then, in the range bound Alibaba. And also, I want to take a look at the option activity. What happened on Friday? Just Friday stats: 225,000 calls were traded, 116,000 puts were traded. So not a whole lot of volume, and I just want to see what people were betting that day. So just by glancing at the orders here, I can see there are a lot of spreads. If you look at the condition of these orders, many of them spreads, which means people are either trading debit spreads, credit spreads, or they're doing iron condors or butterflies, all sorts of option strategies to take advantage of the implied volatility or just time decay. Basically, they will let the time decay and collect the premium by selling these premiums. So I'm seeing put spread March 155, 125. So also next year 160 call, 160 put. For March next year 250 call, and also November 180 call, 195 call. These are naked calls. And 250 call for December 245. Looks like this is a spread. Not sure if it's getting back to 250 by December 17th. Let's have a look. What's the probability of this stock getting to $250 by December 17th? So probability of that strike price going in the money. So that's a very useful tool actually on Thinkorswim. If you take a look at if you pull up on your option chain the strike prices and then look at the probability, pull up the probability of that stock price going in the money. So let's say 250, right? It's down here, December 17th, and you can see probability of this stock getting in the money, going into that $250 range is 1.5%. That's the probability. And open interest for those contracts are 4,700. That's not a whole lot. So what about 200? Let's say 200. Can this stock get to 200 by December 17th? And what's the option market pricing in implied volatility? So basically by December 17th, stock is implying $25 move up or down. And stock is at the moment is 158, all right? And probability of this stock getting above that range, what market pricing in, is 8%. So according to option market, there's 8.8% probability that stock can hit $200 by December 17th. So that's all I have, I guess, for Alibaba. We'll definitely cover it after singles days and earnings extended. Check your sources. So that's it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Peace.